Day 114. Bit of a stressful one. We've actually got a supervisor down as always, and we've got a lack of planning and lack of material. So we're in the unit here. That's meant to be full of cement because today we're meant to be blinding the foyer in the bathroom and also the main annex. And that's not here. So the supervisor has ordering materials. We've got a couple of jacks. We're going to use those, that's for sure. And a team of people that meant to finish the foyer last night so that the rebar guys can crack on, and they can't do that because they've not finished. So the rebar guys are pretty pissed. Sorry about the wind. We've got a team of carpenters that don't want to listen. Try and get down out of the wind so you can actually hear what the hell I'm saying. Bobcat going like crazy. And we've not got a big team on site today either, so that's also another thing that's making it stressful. So they're doing the actual boxing around the bathroom area at the moment, which could have been finished off last night really. They've also got to pull that beam, so they've now agreed that they want to pull this column, which I've said yes, and now they're going to put formwork above it. It's absolutely retarded. And there's this guy here, he just doesn't fucking listen. So we were basically filling that with marlin here, with blocks inside, and then we're going to pull the actual the column separate. And they all said that we should pour the concrete, so I've said yes, and now they've gone and actually put the formwork above. Formwork is this, which is basically for the beam, so there's no need for that to be up there at the moment. So now the guys are having to pour right over the top because this carpenter just doesn't actually listen. He's not interested in working with anybody at all in a productive way. It's absolutely strange. He's got loads of work to do up on the floor. I said go and do the work on the floor, leave this off so the guys can do the column and the Bobcat man can fill it with marl as well. But he wants to get it finished. But doing that means that everyone else's job has now become 10 times harder. It's ridiculous. But anyway, that's one side. We've got the markings made all the way down this wall here for the drainage, grease traps and waste. We've worked out that we're going to be around about 3-4 foot off the ground here all the way through with the drainage, so there's not going to be a lot of digging, but we do have to meet the lowest point. So all of these are going to have to come down diagonally to the floor, then we're going to have to come along the floor here to a main manhole here. There'll be manholes also en route. Then this is going to run right across over here pretty much to the wall, then it's going to go across down that way to the septic tank, which should be behind them. So that's a Monday, Tuesday, Wednesday job, but it is a bit better than we actually thought it was going to be. So the boxing's gone around here, which it shouldn't have. We've got the Bobcat man that's trying to fill the foyer still. The foyer's still not finished off. These guys are up there trying to level it. In the background you can see in the blue top, and the guy climbing down there, the steel benders, they were meant to crack on first thing this morning, but the job's not finished, which means they can't get on there. So really what we should be doing is focus on the front half, getting that finished, so the steel benders can do their part and then get back and do the second part. But instead everyone's focused on the back, but in their defence there's not the material we need is not here to finish the front. So I'm waiting on materials, which is still, should have been here at 8 o'clock this morning, it's now 9:30. And we've got these guys obviously having no choice but to continue working on the back because they can't finish the front. So, and the Bobcat man, at 150, 170 an hour, is probably doing one load every, I don't know, Jesus, every 10 minutes. So that's quite a waste of money. And the biggest problem I've got at the moment is I've got a set of carpenters on site that are now massively integral in this job, that for some unknown reason don't like to be told what to do. So at the moment they're not using the common sense. We've literally got massive amounts of door tracks to be set out formwork wise on here before the pour tomorrow. If we don't get them fitted, then when the pour takes place, we're going to have no formwork in place, which means the concrete will go down the floor and we have no way of fixing the doors to the floor. So I've asked them as nice as possible, come up and finish up here first, let the guys finish there, don't put the box work up so the guys can actually access it better. And their attitude is, no, we want to finish here and that's what we're going to do. So when Wayne comes here, I'm going to make sure he tears him a new fucking ass because he just doesn't listen. And I'm not trying to be awkward, I'm just trying to allow the guys to be able to work. They can't work when they start putting box work up in front of it. So, and up here, hasn't even been finished off. There's so much to do up here. We've literally got to do, to show. So there's a 40-foot door track that's got to be boxed in here. So very similar to here. We've got to do a box track all the way through here and on the other side. There's 4 sets of bifold doors that have got to go in there. All the box work's got to be done there. We've got 9 windows along here, so all the box work's got to be done all on the 9 windows. He hasn't even looked at the actual drawings, the technical drawings, the doors yet. So he doesn't even know what he's got to do yet. Yesterday we measured up and ordered the wood for him because he hasn't even bothered. So if I left it down to him, he wouldn't even order the material. So I suppose what I'm trying to say is it's massively essential that if you're doing a job in this country, that you have a really good site manager stroke project manager, because people here do what they want to do, and when you challenge them, they have a massive issue with it. I don't understand why, I've got no idea why, but as soon as you say common sense says this is what you need to do, they reject it and they get borderline angry. And from my point of view, if I wasn't pouring on Sunday, I'd have let the whole lot go just a minute ago. They'd have been gone, and I'd have recruited another 3. So all he's just done is put this final nail in his wooden coffin. And as of Monday, I'll have new guys here. So, but I need to get the pour done first. Once the pour's done, then I have no need for something like that. I want people on the job, and it's essential in any job, that you have people that literally work with each other. So we're all here trying to achieve the same thing. And as a team, people need to be able to do their job in sync with each other. If you've got one set of guys going, don't care about anybody, just want to do my own thing, then it makes it really awkward. And these guys are busting their ass to do the right thing. And now their job's going to become 10 times harder in the next hour or 2 because guys don't want to prioritise the teamwork, they just want to do their own thing. But without being rude, they could have done weeks ago. So that's pretty much where I am at the moment. I'm waiting for the owner to turn up because without being rude, he's the one that should be managing these people. His supervisor that's meant to be here hasn't arrived today either. So we literally have a team of guys that, apart from me being on site trying to tell them what to do and where to do it, bearing in mind they want to do what they want to do when they want to do it, they're pretty much managerless, which is a real shame. But anyway, that's the way it is on construction full stop. Certainly somewhere like here where they're not used to being told what to do or challenged on what to do. So we'll see how the day goes. At the end of the day, I'm sure it'll get better, but we do have to make sure that everything's done and dusted before we go home tonight, because we are pouring tomorrow. And as we've seen, it is a massive pour. So if we don't literally get our ducks in order, it's going to be a bloody awkward day tomorrow, that's for sure. So I'm trying to get some standby guys to try and come down this afternoon, because we literally can't be in a situation where we're relying on people that clearly don't want to work as a team. So if they do play up or don't pull their weight, at least I'll have some people that can pick up the slack. But I think if I don't do that, and I believe in these guys and they're going to get their stuff done, which I know they won't, then we're going to be in absolute shit creek, because there's so much to do. So hopefully the morning will get better. As soon as the owner turns up with some materials, and hopefully things will change, so fingers crossed. The big question, 10 to 6, it's been one of those days today. Are we ready for the big pour tomorrow? So I'm just coming up the steps. In fact, let me show you what the rebar guys have got to come back and do this tomorrow, but this is, the steps have been put in. What you're looking at here is blinding, which is the concrete blinding. As you can see, it's scoped down to the beams. All the pipes have been put in the beams, which is good. It's all going to be connected up. Pipe we're going across from the electricians, fair play to them. Same thing in here, which is the bathroom. So this can all be poured tomorrow, which is good news. I'm not too sure whether they managed to finish off the spraying on here. It looks a bit orange at the back, so I need to have a look at that in a second. But that all looks like it's in place. The actual door tracks. The door tracks are the most important thing for me. We talked about that. The carpenters, for some reason, just didn't want to play ball, but they have laid something. So let's have a quick look at that. So this is the door track that's got to be laid all the way through. So the door track is going to sit in the concrete. So once the concrete's gone off, that will be ripped up, and the door track will sit in that. We did discover that the line, there was an E line, A, B, C, D, E. It was an E line, and the E line itself was actually going in the wrong place. So we managed to get that put in the right place, thank God. It's obviously a spare bit of wood. And they've also done the front bits as far as I'm aware as well. So we need to make sure they're all good. Other than that, air conditioning boxes have been screwed down there in place as well, which is good news. So I'll finish off recording in a second because the big boss himself is over there waiting for me. Just going to pick his brain, see what he says, and then hopefully we're going to be good for pouring tomorrow. Bloody better be. It's been one of those things. But anyway, all looks good so far, so check in a second.